This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. Today, we're going to review or re-review one of the most memorable games I have ever broken down in my career, which is the 2024 game of the Browns versus the Washington Commanders. This is also, in my opinion, well known as the worst quarterback game of Deshaun Watson's career. And this is in continuation of my series that I've been doing, where I'm going to look at some of the quarterbacks, some of the players, and revisit some tape from the past. I've already looked at Deshaun Watson's best game as a Cleveland Brown. And now I'm going to look at his worst game. Now, the reason I'm doing this isn't to pick on Deshaun Watson. It is to figure out what went well, what went wrong, and why things went wrong, and get a second set of eyes on why things went wrong. Because when you're breaking down things during the season, you're still upset about how that season is going, or you're optimistic about how the season's going. You don't really have a full picture. Now that I have a full picture of 2024 Deshaun Watson and everything else that will become after this, I have more clarity at looking at the tape of Deshaun Watson. So that's why I want to revisit this. That's why I'm doing this series. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to revisit the darkest day of Deshaun Watson's Cleveland Browns career and talk about how this game happened and why it was so bad, and so on and so forth. So make sure you stay locked in. But before I do that, gotta thank my sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a fun way to earn cash while you watch your favorite teams. No complex betting rules. Just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Here are my picks for this upcoming season, AFC North edition. Jimmy Bernard, I have less than 475. This has to do with volume available in Pittsburgh's offense. Quincy Judkins, I have over 975. Browns improved line. I think the run game's going to be better with it. Chase Brown, under 900 yards. Joe Burrow equals less rushing yards usually for the Bengals offense. Mark Andrews, more than 475 yards. Lamar's going to need a safety blanket. Check to see if PrizePicks is available in your state. You could follow me on the app at Quinn_C to see all my lineups. Download the PrizePicks app today. Play $5 and get $50 in lineup to download the app using the link in the description. All right. Now, again, we're doing this to evaluate, right? If you're expecting me just to go out here and roast and yell at him, or all right, so let's go through this tape again. Let's revisit it. Let's see why it was so bad and what could be better, and what was a result of the offense and things that we know were part of the function of the offense, given that we saw other quarterbacks in it that year, and what was just kind of unique to Deshaun Watson, and what's continued to be unique to Deshaun Watson. So let's continue. Okay, so right off the jump here, it's play action roll. Let's look at the drop here. That's the first thing you always want to look at with Deshaun in 2024. What are the feet doing? What's the drop doing? Yeah, not the worst in the world. Where's he setting up? He throws this to Amari Cooper. It's not a very accurate ball. Here's the one thing where it's like, okay, looking back on this, he is very much not healthy here. Because look at how he throws this football. Look at how heavy the ball looks when he's releasing it. That's not normal. Right? Like the ball, it looks like he's trying to throw a medicine. Like how much he has to rear up to throw it. I'm gonna try to zoom in here so you guys get a better look at it. Look at you see how he has to rear up the throw? The ball looks really heavy coming out of his hands. It's not jumping out of his hand at all, right? Which is the first sign of health definitely played a factor in some of the accuracy of the throws. Now, when it comes to decision making, it's a whole nother thing, but yeah, these balls were sailing on him. He had you can tell watching him play in 2024, one, he shouldn't have been out there. But two, and that's up to him. He's got to be honest about where he is physically, not put the team in the worst place. But yeah, you could tell he has no control over where this ball ultimately goes. And it was kind of like that all year. All right. Let's look here. Jerry Jeudy. Looks like they're going to blitz here. Oh, boy. Small details are terrible on this play. Now, this isn't Deshaun's fault, right? This is just a screen. Deshaun fakes, flips his hips, works back. He does what he's supposed to do. It's not really complicated here. This is just, look at how well this play would have been if Jerome Ford is in his landmark, which I have to imagine is right here instead of all the way back here. Because you have a good block here if he's here. You have a block here, and then you have a free lineman here. So play is pretty much sold up. You got 2 free linemen here, right? Almost 3. Yeah, I think you're going to have 3 because he's working off of this. So you have 3 blockers. This guy's not paying attention. This safety's going to roll into the play. But you can maybe block all 3. This could be a huge play here. But it doesn't have a chance, not because the throw is bad, not because the execution from the offensive line is bad, but simply because the running back just blew his landmark. He blew his landmark. He cuts the angle for Joe Bitonio off, which rolls him right into the play, blows this play up. Small. All right, this is 3rd and 6 here. What is it, first quarter? I'll say this, at least this is decisive, right? You know, I think there's a lack of decisiveness in this tape. It's not really shown itself so far, but you can see it a little bit. At least this is decisive, you know. Takes a huge hit here in the end zone, gets rid of it. It's not an accurate ball, and you could just tell right now, just again, look at how heavy that ball looks coming out of his hand. He doesn't really have any juice on that arm, and he doesn't have any real control here. Boy, DeJuan Jones is having an awful day today, man. Look at this shit. That's just bad, DeJuan. What the fuck is that? The end zone? You can't do that. But, yeah, it's not really much he could have done there to win. Like, this is one of those things with Kevin that drives me crazy. Like, what is this in this situation? Like, there's no easy win here for your quarterback. Like, this is a situation, 3rd and 6, where you just want an easy dub here just to free some space up. Where's the easy win? You know, like, this is crazy. Like, look at the math here. They were running a max protect for this? Yeah, it's a max protect. Like, we ran max protect. And this is the combination we're going with? This is not great. Because, like, how is this supposed to win? Yeah, no. So it looks like a 9. And then look at the amount of people here. Let's just do some math real quick, right? 3 brown jerseys with 3 orange helmets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not working. And then to make things worse, the reason you're dealing with 7 on 3 back here is because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys losing to 4. So you're losing 6v4 up front. You were already not going to win this battle right here. I have to imagine they wanted to go deep here, and he does go deep, and it's not there. This is a deep shot they caught. I mean, it's a max protect, right? I mean, this is awful. I don't love the design here. The play call on 3rd and 6 is awful, in my opinion. And then the execution of this and this isn't really on Deshaun. There was nothing Deshaun could do here. I think Deshaun executed this one fine. But the execution from like the offensive line, I mean, like, guys, max protect. We can't hold 4 against a defense that, correct me if I'm wrong, that year was pretty shitty. You know, like, what's going on? Like, maybe they thought they had a no-brainer beater the way that they're playing this. Like, it might have worked if the protection held up, because this safety takes the weirdest angle I've ever seen to this ball. Well, not the weirdest angle I've ever seen, but takes a pretty crap angle here. But yeah. All right, let's continue to go through this first quarter. A little bit of motion. Jeez, man. We didn't trust this line at all. I mean, max protect here finally. And then Watson was just inaccurate here. It's hard to tell from the isometric view, but if you look at the end zone, he's high, he's away. This is an inaccurate throw by Deshaun. Let's look at the feet here, see what happened. It's a clean pocket. He's really got to be more accurate than that. So we saw in a couple of plays some examples of things that went wrong in this game so far that I feel like are design related, right? Execution related. Not necessarily all Deshaun's fault so far in this first quarter. We also are seeing some things that I'm like, different coach, it's still a problem, right? How he throws, how that ball looks coming out of his hand, I hope it looks a lot different than it did in 2024, because it looks dead right here in 2024. And his control over the ball and ball placement just is non-existent. Like, I don't get the feeling that this is a guy who has a control over the football when he throws it. I get the feeling that that ball is just going in a general direction and he has no control over it, because that's what it looks like. Now, as we get deeper into this game, we're going to see some of the more egregious stuff here from Deshaun. Got a nice little empty look here on 3rd and 10. Is this the play? Oh, God, this is the play. All right, so this is a rather infamous play here. All right, it's 3rd and 10, and it's pretty emblematic of 2024 Deshaun Watson. So we're just going to go through this play, right? We're going to go through from the bottom of your screen to the top of your screen. What we're seeing pre-snap, right? Let's identify what we see pre-snap and what we see post-snap, right? What we see pre-snap here, what's the shell? We're looking at it. Looks like a quarter shell. And then they roll this into too high, right? Pretty much immediately post-snap. So as you're snapping, you're seeing two backs, right? Like this is the tell. This is a good tell for too high when you're watching it, at least on film. You see how you see the back and out this way, and then his back and out this way. That's a too high look. So pretty much confirmed too high. It looks like the linebacker's carrying the seam. So right here, you have a couple of things available to you on a too high look on 3rd and 10. Looks like you have Amari Cooper in the corner. Got Amari Cooper here running a corner route. What is going on with my... It's not a great representation, but here he's running a quarter route. If you really had confidence, you could throw that. I mean, you got to have zip. Deshaun Watson in 2024 is not making that throw, but like a good quarterback could make that throw to Amari Cooper, right? If we look on the other side, what are we running? Dagger. We're running dagger. All right, so this is, I think, where the ball should be going here. A 9. So the 9's a decoy. I mean, even the 9's a little open here. But that ball should be going here. I mean, so there's open receiver, and then you have your 2 checkdowns. This is a play that drives me crazy here, because let's get to the top of Deshaun's drop. right? We get to the top of Deshaun's drop. What are we seeing? We are seeing clear identifiers that this dig is going to be open, right? Like clear identifier there that he's going to be open, a clear identifier that that corner is going to be there, and then a clear identifier right here that that running back is going to be open. So what makes this frustrating is that Deshaun gets to the top of his drop, and instead of making a decision and throwing the ball, he evades a clean pocket. And not just evades a clean pocket, gets tunnel vision. He doesn't see there's a running back there. He doesn't see anything, and he ends up with the worst possible result on a play that had many answers. I get not wanting to throw the check down on 3rd and 10. At this point, right, when you get to the top, well, why would you throw the check down, right? I get that. I'm not asking him to throw the check down here. But what I am asking him is to see this. I mean, like, this is pretty clear that that's going to be open. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. But yeah, this right here, you know this is going to be open because he's still in his back pedal. So you know he's chasing that 9. This corner's still sitting on this seam, or safety or linebacker. And you got a DB telling him that's your best receiver. You got to trust that on the break. You know you got that space right there. That ball should be ripped here. If you don't like it, then work back and then throw the check down. You know, if you're looking on this side, I mean, like, you've got enough here to give that corner a chance as long as you throw it where you got to get it out of bounds or out of play or in play. But, I mean, not getting this ball to Jerry Jeudy here, not seeing it, getting evaded from a clean pocket, not throwing the check down. This is the kind of stuff where I'm like, yeah, you can take Kevin out of there and you can get him healthy, but that's not going to fix that. You know, he's got to fix that on his own. Like, if we think that all we got to do here is eliminate Kevin Stefanski, bring in somebody else, and that's going to be the magic means that fixes Deshaun Watson, we're fooling ourselves because we're underestimating the work here that needs to be done and how much he demonstrated was broken with this game. What we're seeing right here is a broken player mentally. You know, this ball not getting to somebody when every viable option, I mean, this is the loosest, dookiest cover 2 I've ever seen in my life. You know, every option is available. You have a clean pocket and you create a problem and you don't have a solution for the problem you created. A coach is not going to fix that for you. A new offense is not going to fix that for you. Even being healthy is not going to fix that for you. You have to fix that yourself. That's a Deshaun problem, right? This is horrific, right? Like 3rd and 10, $45 million quarterback, and you can't even get the ball out your hands when you got all of your viable options on this play open. And hell, even the non-viable one, the 9, you could throw it. I wouldn't be mad at you if you threw it. Yeah, this is the stuff that makes me feel like simply him getting healthy and a new coach isn't going to just fix everything. Because I've seen him do this when he's healthy. In the 3rd quarter now, this is probably his best throw of the day. Again, remember, the Commanders' defense this year, especially the secondary, was one of the worst in the NFL. So, like, we're not just seeing this against an NFL team. We're seeing this against the worst defense in the NFL that season, at least in the secondary. It's an important piece of context to keep in mind. Like, they're not good. I mean, like, you can just see how they play this, right? This is very loose, open, great space there for Amari Cooper. And Deshaun's able to fit that into what's pretty open window here. And I would say that's the first ball I've seen come out of his hand in this game where it looks like he actually drives it. Then we got to set here an empty in the red zone. Oh, yeah, this is bad. All right, so there's a lot that goes wrong here. First guy we're going to watch here is Jerry Jeudy. So we're just going to watch Jeudy here. Y'all looking at that? All right. We'll go back. Remember, it's 1st and 7, so positive yards here would be good too. I want y'all to check out David Njoku here. So again, another play where there are obvious options available to him that he has access to and should be prepared for, and he can't make a damn decision. Again, if we want to blame this on Kevin Stefanski, I don't really see it, right? Like, this is a Deshaun problem. Like, this is just simple mesh. This is the simplest pick play of all time. That's what it is. It's a pick play. Amari Cooper's running his route to free up Jerry Jeudy. That's all this is. There are things that I am comfortable, right? When I see there have been plays here where I'm like, no, that's on the coordinator, right? But we can't blame basic rudimentary football failure for somebody who's getting paid $45 million to play the position. We cannot blame that on the coach. Like this is a pick play. This pick play works to perfection. Bam. Easy. Perfect. You get everything you need here. This is a easy rep. Look at the fucking space in the pocket. I'm sorry. I'm getting worked up again. I've been trying to make sure I'm subdued this whole breakdown because I did get worked up here. But I mean, like, come on, dog. Like, I mean, like, even in this review where I'm trying to be much nicer and much more understanding of what he was working through. I mean, like, I expect a rookie to make this play. You know, if Shador didn't make this play, I would, let alone, you know, a $45 million a year quarterback who's like in his 7th year pro at that point. It's wild, man. This is like, how is not seeing this Kevin Stefanski's fault? How is not seeing this Ken Dorsey's fault? How is not making this play on anybody but Deshaun Watson? Can't even go, oh, well, he's injured. This is not a difficult throw. And then, what is the feat here? Well, how many steps did he take? 1, 2, oh my God. This is mesh. What are we doing? What are we doing? This is a quick hitter. It's all they're running. Mesh right here. This is it. It's just mesh. It's a pick play. 3 steps, 5 steps at most, and I really don't understand 5 steps here, right? How many steps do you need to time this up? But instead, what Deshaun does here, I mean, this is just so bad. This is, again, you can't just blame this shit on the coach, man. This is just awful. All right. Look how far back he gets. He starts here. Where does he get this ball snapped from? He starts with his foot on the 12. How many yards back does he get here? He's all the way back to the 18, man. Like, why in the world are you this deep? And because he's this deep, he creates a pressure, right? That can be art if you're where you're supposed to be. But because you backed out all the way to the 20, now you don't know about this throw. Well, that's your fault. Now you're under pressure. This is nuts, man. This is absolutely insane. How many steps did he take? I'll give him a 0, 1, 2, whoa. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, he's got to be broken, right? Like, that's broken. That's completely broken. This is the kind of stuff where I'm like, I don't care what he does in 7-on-7s. This is why. This is why I don't really buy the argument that, oh, it's just the coaches. Because what did the coach do wrong here? Tell me what Kevin did wrong here. The only person doing something wrong on this play is number 4. That's the only guy fucking up on this play. This is a red zone play. It's a third quarter. You score here. You cut it to 14. You give your team a hope that something better can happen. You know? But like, guys, they're going to look at this shit they're going to see this picture on the sideline and say, fuck this. You know what I mean? Like that's what happens. Guys get these pictures on those little Surface tablet and they see stuff like that and they don't care anymore. Like they give up. They see how deep he is. They know that he's not supposed to be that deep in that drop. They know this is a simple read. I mean, like, this is obvious where you are running a pick play. This isn't even work through it and get back to something. This is just, hey, if we get man coverage, we have a pick, throw it to Jerry Jeudy. It's a simple play. I've seen people in college run it. I've seen high school kids run it. I've seen many, many NFL quarterbacks of various quality run this play. And I haven't seen it executed quite this bad. This is in the NFL from the quarterback position. Horrible drop. Not identifying it. Doesn't even attempt to throw. I mean, the not attempting to throw is unforgivable. Like, I can't forgive that. Like, how do you not attempt it? I mean, again, you can say, oh, well, he didn't get to his feet in time. He didn't get to his feet because he took too many damn steps. What is this drop for mesh? If your quarterback did this drop on mesh in Madden, you would be on Twitter going viral talking about the game's broken. Like, what is this? This is dog shit. Oh, man. I really tried not to get upset. I thought I was cool when I got through the the infamous dagger play without getting upset. But, man, the more I rewind this one and watch it, the more pissed off I get. Come on, man. Oh. It's first down, too. Like, you win. This is teach tape win. You won this so easy. That's butt booty naked open. What are we looking at? And then, like, here's the part that's crazy. How do you take all of these steps and you're not in the ready to throw? Like, if you're going to take a, 6-step drop, you're going to do this. How is it that by the time you identify, you have to reset to throw? Like, you're not in the ready to throw right now. Like, you did all that just to not be in the ready to throw with your base. Like, I would think that all this shit right here, this is to get ready to throw. You're not ready to throw here? Like, what's up? I think after this game, there was a report that Browns players were furious with Kevin because he didn't like tear into Deshaun the way that they know that he tears into other guys. I mean, like, how can you watch this and think everything's fine? I don't even know where to start. Like, you can't blame this on the shoulder. You can't blame this on the coach. This is a guy who was broken. And I think that's what people have to reckon with. Deshaun Watson wasn't just broken physically. He wasn't broken because the offense didn't fit him. He was broken because he was broken. And it's going to take more than a healthy arm and, you know, good vibes and a new offense to fix him. Can he be fixed? Miracles can happen. I'm not going to say never on anything. But we got to be honest about the amount of work that needs to be done here. I mean, this dude was broken in 2024. Absolutely broken. Let me get off this play before I get more mad. 2nd and 8 here. No shot. Back to back. All right. All right. Well, this one's not as bad, but it's not good. That good old Jed Wills just standing there chilling, vibing. Appreciate you, Jed. Good vibes, Jed. Not really much pressure here until Deshaun kind of runs into it. Yeah, he was broken, dude. All right, so they're running a little motional here. So again, this play's going to Jerry Jeudy. They're running right here at the top of your screen, right? Jerry Jeudy's moving over. They're trying to reveal man, and they're trying to get him in and out off the break. And they're trying to get this to at least a 3rd and short, or maybe Jerry can break that off and win here, right? So basically, we're just reading for man. You're getting the pre-snap signal here that this is man, right? Watch, he goes into motion. They follow. You're getting man. All right. Now, when you drop, you want to see what the corner's doing, right? Is he sitting on this? Is he going to cut on this? Like, what's he doing here? He's playing off of this, right? So once you see him play off of that, probably want to throw that ball here. Now, for whatever reason, Deshaun decided he didn't like this half of the play, even though that's where the motion is. It's more than likely where the design of the play is. It's where they're giving him answers. He decided that he liked this half of the field more. Let's see what's going on in this half of the field, and Deshaun is able to see properly what's going on there. The answer is no. He was not able to see what's going on there, and I don't know why he chose this half of the field, right? Maybe because David Njoku's there, and he wanted to hit that little skinny post to David, but I don't see why he thought that skinny post would be there, given that the middle of the field is closed. Maybe he liked this little will that I think Atkins is on, but that's pretty much covered. Or maybe he thought Kareem Hunt would get into a space and find, is that Kareem Hunt? Let me not trip. I don't think that's Kareem Hunt. Or maybe he thought that whoever this running back is would get into a void here and find some space. Oh, he does. Now, does Deshaun throw the ball? No, he does not. What he does is scramble, throw the ball, and almost gets intercepted. There's stuff that you watch on this tape that you can blame on his shoulder not being healthy. There's stuff that you watch on this tape that you can blame on the coaching staff. But the worst shit on this tape, it's Deshaun. You know what I mean? And again, he can get better. He can get healthier, more confident. But we got to be realistic about the scope of work here. And the scope of work going from 2024 to hopefully a better 2026 is a very large scope of work. I'm not saying that to be a bummer, Not saying that to make you be upset or not think the Browns can win games. I'm just saying that so that we're aware that if Deshaun does turn it around somehow, there's a lot of work that needs to be done before we can get there. And it's not as simple as new coach, healthy arm, 2020 Deshaun Watson. Things have been broken in his game for a little while now. Like, he just looks right there at that running back open, sees the linebacker panic, and maybe he's like, well, maybe he thinks he can just make the big play here. I don't know, man. I can't figure it out. I don't know why he didn't choose the side where they had the motion. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you why he didn't just throw this ball to the flat, see what happens. All I can tell you is that what we are seeing here is bad quarterback play. What I can say to Deshaun is at least this drop's not like as disastrous as the one on the play before. 0, 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-step drop. At least it's the proper drop. So there's that. But, I mean, we're talking about somebody who was paid to save the franchise. And we're like, hey, man, at least he had a good drop. Like, think about how far the quality has dropped. It's a disaster of a goal line stand here. It's a killer. Just an absolute killer. I mean, come on. All right, so we're going to watch Elijah Moore here. Yeah, it's a touchdown. All right, so the idea here, right, is you get to the top, boom. You have Elijah here. He has space. If you just rocket that ball into Elijah, he's going to be able to shoot that up the field, get that 3 yards after the catch, score a touchdown. For whatever reason, Deshaun Watson decides that that's not the side of the field that he likes. Even though there are, you could have just decided to rocket this ball into Jerry Jeudy right now. Now, his eyes aren't there, so it'd be a little dangerous. It could pop up, and Jerry Jeudy doesn't have the most reliable hands, so I don't recommend doing that. But, like, if you had a bigger, more reliable receiver here with this much space, you could just rocket that in there and score. But, yeah, he's choosing this side. I don't know why he's choosing this side. Yeah, I don't know what Amari Cooper, what kind of route he's about to run here against 5 people, but, like, I don't recommend choosing this side, especially when you have the beater here. But hey, man, let's just chill. Let's just relax. So right there, 3 plays right there in the goal line, 3 opportunities to score, at least get the ball close, and we didn't even get the fucking ball in the direction. Like that, the ball didn't even get targeted towards anybody who could have scored. All 3 downs. I can't blame that on coaching. Like, yeah, Kevin's not good, and Kevin certainly deserves some of the criticism he got and why he got fired. Kevin, not perfect. The offensive line, certainly not perfect. But how do we not get one decent attempt off here, man? Like, he just gets back there, starts scrambling, just throw some bullshit. Like, you telling me this right here, this throw, this decision right here, that has a better chance to be successful and score a touchdown than this right here off the break? Beat. We can't score that, but we'll throw this. That's nuts. You know what I mean? Right here, this play. We don't feel comfortable throwing this, but this is when you feel comfortable pulling the trigger to throw the ball right here across your body in the end zone. That's when we feel comfortable. Right here, this is just inexplicable. He doesn't even throw the ball here. But we don't feel comfortable throwing this. Nah. We want to run. We feel like we gonna score running against this. Gotta be realistic about where we're digging from, man. If we want any hope of this being any better. I mean, geez, dude. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna. He's protected. He's evading a clean pocket. Right there, he hasn't beat. If he just plants here, throws there, yeah, you can have that. You could also have that here. Yeah. All right. So, yep. That's the Deshaun Watson game. I thought I was going to be able to get through it again without being frustrated, given that we're 2 years removed from that game. But, turns out bad football tends to frustrate me. So that's what we saw from Deshaun. I think what we have learned from this experience is Deshaun struggled to see the field, regardless of whatever offense he was in, regardless of who's the coach. Him seeing the field and having confidence in the decisions that he was making was a struggle. There's something going on with his ability to identify pre-snap, because there's a lot of times where he's just checking in and looking at the wrong half of the field. And I also think that there's something up with his ability to identify and make quick decisions. Some of this stuff is inexplicable, where there's only really one place you can go with the ball and you still can't make a quick decision. Obviously him being hurt definitely affected things. I think times Kevin didn't make anything better with what he was putting Deshaun in and what he was calling and the stuff that he was doing. So it's not to say that the circumstances around Deshaun were perfect. They weren't, but circumstances are never going to be perfect. His arm, hopefully that's a lot better. I think that will make a little bit of a difference. But if he's not more decisive right here in pads, in action, then it's not going to look that much different than it did in 2024. So if you want to see an improved Deshaun Watson, you want to see a more decisive Deshaun Watson during camp, in training camp, in preseason, right? If we're talking about Deshaun Watson holding the ball in training camp and in preseason, that's not a good sign. If we're talking about Deshaun Watson being decisive, that's a good sign. Confident, that's a good sign. That's the stuff that we need to see from Deshaun if he wants to improve from what that mess was in 2024. And we're not going to do ourselves any favors sugarcoating what needs to be fixed and lying about the problems, right? That's the problem with Deshaun. It's all over the 2024 tape. No, it's not just the coaching staff. No, it's not just the offense. It was definitely some stuff that was specific to Deshaun Watson just being terrible at football that season. Can he get better? Yes. But that's the work that needs to be done. That's what I'm going to pay attention to. And that's what's going to decide whether I'm going to give him any optimism for the start of this year if he plays, versus kind of knowing what he produced the last time he was out there. That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.